Hi, it's Miss Patty here with the Sunday School lesson. We get to start a new part of our lessons now. We're going to be in Exodus and we get to start talking about some pretty fun things that happened. But first we're going to have our song. You remember that when we have Sunday school in class, I sometimes play a record. Lots of you don't know what a record is, but I've got one that we're going to put on the record player, and it talks about feelings, so it's going to ask you to act out your feelings. Let me put that on for us. There's the record player back here. Here's what a record looks like. See how big it is and how flat? It's a little bit delicate. They didn't always used to have CDs or streaming, and people used records when they wanted to play songs. I still have some.
Show you how I look when I'm feeling happy. Sometimes I'm feeling sad and I'm wearing a frown. Let me show you how I look when I'm feeling sad. Well, feelings don't always stay the same, they can change. Sometimes I'm sad, it's okay, it's not that. Sometimes I feel angry and I stand with my feet. Let me show you how I look when I'm feeling angry. Sometimes I feel sleepy and I have to yawn. Let me show you how I look when I'm feeling asleep. Feelings don't always stay the same, they can change. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad, it's okay, it's not bad. Sometimes I feel funny and I have to laugh. Let me show you how I look when I feel funny.
That's a good one, isn't it, about feelings? Let me move the board here. Let me move the computer so we can see the flannel board. Okay, our story today is about a basket. What would you put if you had a basket like this? What would you put in it? Well, our story is about something precious that got put into a basket. This is the story about a family. They had a little baby, and they were so happy with their little baby. Look, here's a little baby, and they took such good care of their little baby. They fed their baby, and they bathed their baby, and they loved on their baby, and they rocked their baby to sleep. You know, if we were really having Sunday school in our Sunday school class, I would have lots of toys and play for you to do before we actually sat and did our story. And one of the things I would have out on a day like today is I'd have out the baby dolls, and I'd probably put out the water table so you could give the babies a bath in the water table. And we'd probably have out our dramatic play dress-up area so you could play house. And if you have things like that at home, you could act out this story. You could pretend with your baby doll and see what happens in this story, because this is a true story. This is from the Bible, and it really, really happened. So, here's the mama with her baby. You know the name of this baby? This baby was baby Moses. And he grew up to be a very special leader of God's people. But right now, he's just a little baby. And the family loved him a lot, but the king, the Pharaoh, didn't love the baby. Not just that baby, he didn't love any baby boys, and he was gonna get rid of all the baby boys. And when they heard that, they didn't want anything bad to happen to their baby. So the mama made a basket. A special basket, isn't it? It looks like it has a covering on it. Doesn't look quite like the kind of basket I showed you. And the big sister's name was Miriam. And Miriam loved her brother too. And Mama had to explain that to keep Moses safe, they had to put Moses in the basket. Let's put our baby, our pretend baby, in our basket. There's the basket. Here's the pretend baby going in it. If you have a basket, you could use this for your story if you're acting it out. Or if you don't have a basket, you could maybe have a box or maybe even a bag, a pretend something where you could put your baby, and even a towel if you didn't have a box or a bag, just something to wrap your baby up, like you were taking the baby and making it safe. Well, they put the baby in the basket, and then they put the basket in the river. Oh, that must have been so hard to do, don't you think? Put the baby in the river, and Miriam was hiding. She was hiding to see what would happen. They wanted to make sure that Moses was not going to be in trouble in the river. He was going to be safe. And guess what happened? Do you know this story? Well, the princess came along. And the princess found Moses in the basket in the bulrushes. Oh my, that princess was very kind to baby Moses and took baby Moses home. And on the way, Miriam said, "Do you need somebody to help take care of the baby?" Well, yes, she did need. And Miriam said, "I know somebody who's really good at taking care of babies." And guess who she went and got? She went and got her mama. So her mama was able to take care of Moses, and Moses was safe because the princess had brought him into her household. And that's how baby Moses survived when a lot of other babies were not going to. We're going to hear more about Moses when he grows up, but he had a very interesting beginning, didn't he? That's the story of baby Moses and the bulrushes. Sometimes it's called that. I have a storybook about that. I wonder if I know where that book is. I might have left it at the church, but I'll look for that in a minute. Here is our paper. Here's the stickers. They want you to tell the story. It says start down here. And right up here, what's happening? Is the mama making the basket? There's the sticker with the mama making the basket. Keep going down the river. What's the next thing? Oh, the mama has to put Moses in the basket. How do you think they felt when they put their baby in the basket? How do you think she felt? Can you see it on her face? Put that really close to the camera there. How would you feel if you had a baby and you had to put them in the river in a basket? I bet she was sad. And maybe she was a little worried. But you know, she might have just had faith that God was going to take care. And then Miriam was watching, wasn't she? Miriam was watching. We keep going down here. And what happens? The princess came. There's the sticker for where the princess goes. And then Miriam got her mama to get to help the princess take care of the baby. That was a miracle how Moses was taken care of. And then there's a sticker that says, "I finished." And this is an important sticker. It says, "I know that God cares about me." Because God didn't just take care of Moses. God takes care of us, doesn't he? That's right. God sometimes gives us other people to help take care of us. This says God, and then there's a word that they want you to trace around. If you have this paper, it says cares about you. And here's some people. There's maybe a doctor or a nurse. This looks like maybe it could be a mama or a grandma or an auntie. This could be, maybe it's a daddy or a teacher, could be a pastor. This one looks like a law officer, policeman maybe. It looks like maybe this policeman helps children cross the street. Looks like maybe this dad helps people ride their bikes. Doctor's helping somebody who might have a sore ear. This person looks like maybe she's giving hugs. Those are ways some people help little kids. And over here, there's a blank space, and it says, "Who did God give you to care about you?" Draw a picture to tell your answer. Well, I don't think you have this piece of paper, but you probably have a piece of paper. So if you have a piece of paper or a crayon, markers, whatever you like to draw with, see if you can draw a picture of some people who care about you. It might even be a pet that cares about you. See if you can draw some pictures like that. I'm going to put my film on hold here for a minute and see if I have that storybook about Moses, and I'll be back. Okay, I didn't find the book I was looking for, but I did find another book I have about Moses. And this is a lot about Moses' whole life, not just when he was a baby. But we can look at the beginning of this because that's where our story is right now. Moses is so important in our history and in God's story of our world that he gets a whole book about himself. This is the story of Moses. Moses was an Israelite boy who was born in Egypt. At the time Moses was born, the Pharaoh, who was the ruler of Egypt, ordered that all Israelite boys should be killed. His mother was afraid for Moses, so she sent him down the river in a basket. Who do you think this is? I think that might be the sister Miriam. Moses had a big sister Miriam who watched over him while he was in the river. Soon the Pharaoh's daughter found Moses. She wanted to protect Moses from her father. So she decided she would raise Moses as her own son. Miriam saw this and suggested that her mother could be the baby's nurse. So Pharaoh's daughter agreed. So Moses and his mother were reunited and spent a lot of time together. And that's all that this story has about when he was a baby. But we'll probably read it again in the next lessons because it's going to talk more about Moses. So we also have our family page. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. This is like the one we did last week where it has some pictures for you to read the story a little bit by looking at the pictures. I see a basket in the river. Who is in the basket? Can you say the name? Moses, yes. Here's some of the pictures up here. Every time you see this, get a little bit closer. Every time you see this, it's the family. Every time you see that, it's baby Moses. This is Moses' big sister. What was her name? Miriam. This is Moses' mom. Here's the basket, and here's the princess, the daughter of the Pharaoh. Okay, here we go. The Bible tells us about a special family. This family had a baby brother named Moses. Moses' family loved him very much. Every day they fed Moses and wrapped him in soft blankets. God gave Moses' family to care for him, but a mean king wanted to hurt Moses. Moses' family must have asked, "How can we keep our baby safe from the mean king?" God helped, now who's this? The mom, to plan a way to keep who? Moses safe. His mom made a special basket. She put baby Moses in the basket. His mom carried the basket with baby Moses to the river. She let the basket float on the water. His sister Miriam stayed and watched baby Moses. The Pharaoh's daughter, the princess, saw the basket. I wonder if she might have heard Moses. Do you think he was crying? I don't know. Babies get hungry, they cry. I don't know how long he was on the water. She opened the basket and saw baby Moses. Miriam asked, "Do you want someone to find help to care for him? Do you want me to find someone to help care for him?" When the Pharaoh's daughter agreed, Miriam ran to get her mother. The mother took good care of baby Moses for the kind Pharaoh's daughter. The family was glad God had helped them keep Moses safe. That's a true story from the Bible. It's about Moses. We're going to learn some more interesting things about Moses. He was a very important Bible character, and he was very devout and did what God wanted him to do. When I went downstairs to get my Moses book, I did find another book I think you would like. And it's about people who sometimes care for you. These are about grandparents. Some of you might have grandparents that live here in Fairbanks with you, or live wherever you are, because maybe you're not in Fairbanks when you're watching this. And some of you might not have grandparents who live nearby. I thought you might like to hear about this. There's lots of grandparents, grandmothers, grandfathers, and sometimes people have different names for them. My grandkids call me Nana. Sometimes they call grandpas papas, Mems, Pepes, some different names that I don't know how to say, different languages. Abuelos and abuelas is in Spanish. My grandkids have another grandma and grandpa, and they call them Mama and Papa. So people sometimes have different names for their grandparents. Let's see if I can get this book in the right place here. There are lots of grandparents and even great-grandparents sometimes. Sometimes they come to visit, or you visit them. Sometimes grandmothers and grandfathers take care of you. So you could draw a picture of your grandma and grandpa on that picture where somebody cares for you. They tell you stories. They share their treasures. Sometimes they might tell you stories out of the Bible. You might ask them if they know the story of Moses when he was a baby. Sometimes they give you presents and treats. They like to play with you. See all the different ways they're playing. And are proud of what you can do. Some grandparents look old and have wrinkles, and some don't. Some move very slowly, and some don't. Some don't see very well. They have to wear glasses like me. Some don't hear very well. You might have to talk loud. Some can't walk very well, and some have trouble breathing. They might have oxygen to help them breathe. Sometimes they live where there are people to take care of them. They have friends there who help each other when they can. Some grandparents go to work, and some work at home. Sometimes it's hard for me to turn the page. This page is thick. They like to be busy, and they like to have fun. Best of all, grandparents love their grandchildren. It's good. There are lots of grandparents. So that's a book about some people who maybe love you and help take care of you. Hi, buddy. What you doing? Oh, I think he's telling me about something. Yeah, I'm telling you about things I have that people give me to help care for me. Oh, what do they give you? Well, I have a bowl for my food, a doggy dish. Well, that's taking care of you. Do they give you food? Oh, yeah, they do. I like my food. And they give me water, too, because I get thirsty after I've been running and running. Well, yeah. Everybody gets thirsty if they've run too much. Then I pant and I need some water. And do your people give you water? Oh, yeah, they do. They take care of me. And you know what? Sometimes they give me a walk and we go with my leash. And then I get to go to the dog park. Well, that's a good thing because dogs need lots of fresh air and sunshine. Do you have a dog or an animal at home that you take care of, boys and girls? Do you? Do you take care of them? It's important to take care of your animals. Yes, it is. It's very important to take care of animals. And you know what else? Kids can help take care of people in their family, too. You mean besides their animals? Yes, besides the animals. I mean, like maybe their moms and dads, or maybe they have a little baby in their family, like Moses in the story today. Oh, yeah, they can help take care of babies. They can help, what could they do? Well, it depends on how big they are, but sometimes they can help feed the baby. Sometimes they can sing to the baby or play with the baby. Right now, we have a baby in our family that's just learning how to walk. And the bigger kids like to hold his fingers and help him walk along. Can't quite walk without help, but that's one way they're caring for him. Oh, that sounds like fun. It's important to care for each other. Yes, it is. It's important to care for friends too, right? So if you have a friend who's having trouble, Maybe you can be their friend by showing them how they could get out of trouble. Like if they won't share their toys or they're getting mad, like we talked about our feelings, you can show them that if they will share, they'll feel happier. Maybe other people will share with them. Or if somebody has too much work to do, you can help take care of them by helping to do some of the work. Maybe put some of the toys away. Or when the kids come to our house, we have a lot of grandkids, and I say, I need help. Please come be servers and put food out on the table. And when we're all done eating, I ask all the kids, would you take your dishes in and put them in the kitchen for me? And that makes a lot less work for me. So there's lots of ways you can help. You ask your moms and dads and your brothers and your sisters, how can I help care for you? Okay, that's it for this week. Have a really good week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.